if you look at how, to provide you a visual representation of how these things work together, what you're looking at here in these blue bubbles are the primary systems or the systems or platform that we use to develop and curate our learning content. Primarily Xyleme LCMS. We also use Adobe Captivate for some e-learning, and we have a media hosting site, which is Kaltura, where we house video and media content for delivery and other learning experiences. These light blue or turquoise bubbles represent those systems within our learning platform that are accessible only to Benefitfocus associates. And so those would be our corporate intranet and also the Salesforce platform. These green bubbles represent systems or touch points that are available to both Benefitfocus associates and our external customers or partners, which would be the Xyleme Content Delivery Service, or CDS, as well as our learning management system and the OnePlace 365 customer portal. These brown or orange bubbles represent systems that are primarily touch points for our customers, which would be the Benefitfocus platform, as well as customer-specific startup and media sites, which are built on Drupal. And then also we interact with carrier learning management systems. Our carrier market is a little different because our carrier customers frequently use a branded version of our portal, so that when you log into the carrier system, you're actually logging into Benefitfocus, but it's branded in such a way that it appears to be the carrier system itself. And so these carriers often service their clientele via their own learning ecosystem. And so we also provide content directly to carriers to deliver in their learning management systems. How all of it fits together looks something like this. As you can see, there are many different relationships between these systems, and it's very much a spaghetti diagram, which is what it's intended to be. And as I look at this, one of the things I wanted to share is when Benefitfocus University began looking at or choosing our learning development platforms 3 years ago, there were a number of different things that we knew we needed from our content. We needed dynamic and intelligent content that would allow us to reuse content for multiple modalities or learning experiences. We also knew that we needed scalable content that would allow us to produce and manage a wide variety of digital print and e-learning publishing materials. We also needed content that we could easily deliver throughout these many touch points that you see here in our ecosystem. And we also needed a content delivery and management solution that would give us a robust set of data analytics that would help us to measure and guide the success of our talent development efforts. We also had to ask ourselves another question. Where, besides our learning management system, do we need to deliver our learning content? And so as we asked ourselves this question, we had to also develop a learning roadmap that would help us to find a creative way to bridge the gap between product documentation and engaging learning experiences. Our platform is pretty complicated, requires a lot of really customer-specific and unique integrations that allow our systems to communicate with other systems. We try to identify within that complicated relationship between all the products in our platform a few of the key products or content sets that we could share across multiple audiences, meaning that we wanted to deliver it to both internal and external customers. Going back to the bubble diagram I showed you earlier, I've highlighted here what I consider to be the 4 primary touch points of our learning ecosystem, which would be Xyleme LCMS, then the content delivery system, as well as our learning management system and Absorb. But by leveraging the publishing and XAPI features provided by Xyleme LCMS and the content delivery system, we generated this content directly from Xyleme LCMS into the content delivery system. And then, as you can see, that using the content delivery system as our distribution hub, we can then publish that content throughout many touch points within that learning ecosystem. And as you can see, the arrows here between these different systems, all of them connected to the content delivery system are two-way. And so we're able to leverage the onboard XAPI functionality of CDS and the sharing functionality that allows us to gather data that helps us to understand how and when and how often particular content is being viewed, downloaded, and used within each of these different touch points in the learning ecosystem.